So, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Skinny Moose,
And your boy Fat Squirrel.
and we brought on Drew Blood for a part two. So, will you speak on your rivalry or problems or feud or whatever you have with you and Denny D'Amato?
Any D'Amato. Let's see. Well, I met him when I first started. Like he was a New York guy. So like he came down to Philly, the company I was training at, and that's how I met him. But then we started traveling up to New York for a little while. Like later on, maybe 2 years after that, through him, and we get to New York, we find out like he's like one of those dudes that runs his mouth like just because he was a greenhorn at the time. So I seen him get manhandled by Dan Moff quite a few times. Like walking in the locker room and hit him, I was like, "Bro, keep your mouth." I'm like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Yo, we're just here to wrestle, dude. Like, we have nothing to do with that guy." Like that was like when we first met the guy. Like he was just known for that. So like me and Danny don't. We have it's a weird relationship. Like we talk, but we don't talk. We don't do business, and that's not like on my part. Like I don't know why he doesn't want to use me. Like he always says, me and him are really good friends, but I can't answer questions, and I don't know the answer. I don't know the answers myself. I don't know what the issue is.
True.
Danny's a Mr. Andy's fucking self.
I know. I wish I did too. I want to do a rematch with him at his company, but like I don't know, just won't see the bite.
Nah, it would be good. That'd be good.
That'd be a good match.
That'd be one I would pay for.
Yeah, it would probably be good. Yeah. And stiff, like the last one. This guy. So, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I had ran into I got in contact with my trainer. So like he does tattoos and airbrushing and stuff like that. So I gave him some of my old gear and he's airbrushing the shit out of it for me. So like yeah, something, whether it's something old, give it a new look, So like I can't wait to see it because I just told him I'm gonna go nuts with it. Give me that Tony Nitro special. It's freestyle, have fun with it, dude. And I just need a couple things on it. That's it. Hopefully it turns out nice, man.
Heck yeah.
I have to see it when you get it done. So, will you speak on being on the cuffed and the cage war games for PWU 2008?
Actually, yeah, I would, because it's quite interesting. We did. We got me and Deb got news that PW was shutting their doors, so like they had like 2 shows after that. So I think I got called by Ruckus on the day of CCW, and he asked me if we were coming down to do the running during this match. I'm like, I don't know nothing about it, Like Deb didn't tell you, never called me or whatever. But so then we did the CCW, and then no, we had PW. Z-Bar said something to me, I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be one of those nights. I think that was Haunted, or I think that was the Cuffed and Caged. I'm not sure, but it was a little awkward for me because like I did CCW and I want to hear it. Like Deb did it, and they didn't say nothing to him because he was the poster child there.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I had heat with Johnny Cashmere at the time. Like it was just weird heat because he was still in the closet at the time, and he was just nervous about coming out, being in the business and out. Like plenty of that gave a lot of personality between me and him. So like I was always on the bottom part of the card. I was always getting the punishments, if somebody had to take the heat, I was the one to do. I was always, first match, curtain jerking, put with like different weird tag teams, and just being a job boy for a while. even though I was producing shitloads of good work at PW, I found I got a half decent Wi-Fi signal.
It's funny that you brought up Johnny Cashmere because he's wanting to work you again in this. He's wanting to bring PWU back, ain't he? And work you.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to
Yeah.
work with me. He wanted to bring me back to be part of the company. And
Yeah, he's wanting you back or whatever. Yeah, would you
Yeah.
speak on that?
yeah, I mean, I was just messaging him like back and forth. We were talking and stuff like that because like we touched base here and there, and he told me he was bringing PW back, and I was like, oh shit, like that's pretty cool, man. Like you would have the new backseat versus your guys versus me and Teddy, like have us come in as like a surprise, opponent for him. Like, he's like, oh, that'd be great, and then like 3 days later, I hit him up, talk to him some more, and he started grilling me personally about something, and I'm like, he had a change of attitude, like obviously somebody got in his ear because they must have found out that he was bringing it back and whatever, and there's only one person I can actually think of that would do that. So, and I told you, me and Devin getting along no more, so he always likes to ride high and feel good on a wrestling term,
You still ain't
playing
to
politics
Devin,
like always, huh?
You still ain't talked to Devin, have you?
No, we don't talk no more, man. I found out some shit, and I caught him in a bunch of bullshit, and he like me personally, I've known him for 20 years. I would take a bullet for the dude, or I would. I used to would, but like he would bury me any chance he would to anybody that would be interested in using me. So it was like kind of messed up.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's why. As I told little Marcus like the other day, I was like, I see that you're killing it right now, kid. But always stay humble and just watch who you rode with, and like so you can't trust anybody anymore in this business. It seems like
That's true.
I'm tired of like getting all caught up in my panties in a bunch about it. So I'm not even playing. I'm not even selling that stuff anymore. I just like talked to Johnny and I told him I would show up the show. You can see for yourself. I just want to come support the company and all. So we'll see what happens further from there. But I'm just I can't deal with the wrestling drama no more. I'm too over this stuff. I'm looking the last ride out. I want to spread as much knowledge as I can to the younger ones. Get in the ring with some people I haven't had a chance to roll around with. Hopefully it'll all come together. I mean, hopefully.
I understand that. I understand that.
Most of the matches that I have, set, that I have set, hopefully it'll work out, or if not, because I got Mickey on that list, and I really want to get in the ring with her. So I've always have, and Masada too. So
I think that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Even though Pinky's not wrestling anymore, but I'd even do one more match with that guy. You know what I mean? Because we always had good chemistry. Even though he's got weird heat, I don't understand his heat in wrestling, but I've never heard of problem with him. Pinky, yeah.
Yeah, you have a hell of a rivalry with Pinky Sanchez, as a matter of fact. Yes. Yeah. That would be good.
That just stemmed from a certain situation in CZW that like it's either we do this and go hard, or we're both going to be out of a job here. So like, because they were looking to get rid of him anyway. Like Zandig got really tired of him real quick. Like I don't understand why, but like, and then we were in the middle of our feud. I didn't want to saturate. Like I told him, I was like, dude, I don't want to do me and Pinky for the next 3 months because it's just going to oversaturate it and really make it flop at the end of it. You know what I mean? There would be no payoff. So like you asked about that DJ thing. It was like that was like the blow off to the feud. and it was like and Mike Burns was booking at the time. Like, I don't know if you know him. When he used to book for CW, that's when like Jakar you would see a lot of Jakar guys in there and stuff like that. Well, which was cool because he would bring in Canadians and stuff like that, like Beef Wellington and all. But
I'm sitting there doing research on Drew Blood, and I seen like Pinky Sanchez versus Drew Blood. So I click on it, and I'm sitting here and I'm just chilling, and this match ain't even like 5 seconds. The bell rings, DJ knocks the shit out of Pinky. Drew runs over, pins down, pins him. I'm like, what the fuck? It's Drew, and he's like, it's just what you see, what you get. I'm like, fuck. He just knocks the shit out of DJ. Just knocks the shit out of him. I'm like, well,
it's because like it was like the thing was they wanted me to get more heat, so I said, why don't we just bring DJ and I'll act like he's working for me, whatever. And he got a pop like when I brought him back, like, and I said, why DJ? I'll bring my new bodyguard out, and they came out. He got a pop. He came in the ring. He's like, holy shit, dude! He's like, what? He's like, right, you're gonna be a heel baby face, like no baby face, like, then he bought the company right after that, and so like that shot the shit the whole angle. We kind of played off like that we took over CCW, but me and Devin kind of flickered away from DJ when he bought the company.
I mean, I'm not too keen on Pinky myself. I really don't think he should have won that one Carnage Cup, but
no, I still to this day don't understand that win. I don't get it. I'm like Pinky Sanchez on a Carnage Cup win. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, Pinky Sanchez won the Carnage Cup.
Like Drew Gulak winning the Carnage Cup.
Oh shit!
Like a cute wrestler, going to some debacle of a deathmatch tournament thing that just has the most ridiculous weapons over the years. Do you remember who did Scott OMG? Was it Scotty Vortex and OMG? They did one Carnage Cup and they did the fish hooks.
I know Dale Patrick's done one with fish hooks. I think Scotty done one.
Dale's another one. Dale's hot right now, and
Dale's on the
I've always wanted a one-on-one with him, man, and I never had a one-on-one with him. We had a good chemistry until we did multi-bids.
Drew, Drake Younger's done Carnage Cup.
Shlak. Oh my god, dude! Shlak killed that dude. What was his name? He's a good kid too. It's a team. He just blasted the shit out of that dude. That was supposed to happen.
Chando's done one. Jimmy Chando. Masada.
Scott Summers didn't do it. Scott Summers didn't do Carnage Cup, did he?
Sounds familiar. Hold on 1 second.
No, I know he did CCW the Tournament of Death because against Masada because that's when he had his wig split open from the cinder blocks. Dude,
I remember that one.
Dude, I was like,
I was like, oh shit. I remember that.
I know. Brad Cash was in it. We've had Terry Houston, of course. Old man Terry Houston.
Probably Brent Woods too, right? Brian Woods.
I want to say you win a Carnage Cup or at least a Softcore Cup or something.
I'll do a Carnage. I always said I would do a Carnage Cup just to have that nostalgia under the belt. You know what I mean?
Kevin, we need to book him next year. Where did you come up with the name Drew Blood?
Huh?
Where did you come up with the name Drew Blood? Yeah.
I was one of my backyard wrestling names. Like we built a ring. Like we kind of we found out there was other kids from another neighborhood that had like their own company. So like we kind of went to go check them out, and they had a ring. So like I was always there. Like when we started, we're doing shows with them guys. Actually, I swung it in from the backyard wrestle days, and it just stuck. Like it had some significance back then. Like I had named moves after Like I had a teabag, red rocket, like dumb shit. Like a muff driver was my finisher. Like so, it was like kind of a play on like earning your Red Wings, so to speak. That's when I was young and dumb. So like everybody always told me like Drew. They always thought Drew Ball was a cool name. Like I never got tired of it, but like I thought about changing my name multiple times. Like, but it always just stuck.
Too late now. Too late now.
Okay, 25 years later, might change things up a little, Now, the order. I always told, I said, maybe I'll just go to the original roots. Andrew Bladowski would be that. I said that was always my full name when people ask me, like, what's your real name? It's Andrew Bladowski, it's Polish,
So,
That's when kayfabe was still relevant.
I mean, that's one of the biggest questions in wrestling history. I think is kayfabe dead or is kayfabe alive, and it varies on who you talk to.
I kind of wish like kayfabe was like back where like heels and faces were like in separate locker rooms, which I always thought was a cool way to go about it. But like, you're the other guy that you're wrestling's in the other locker room, and you don't see him until you get in the ring. It's like I can see that could get a lot of people nervous, but the kids these days, they don't know how to, like the young kids, they don't know how to, they can't call shit in the ring. Like, they don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? Or just go on the fly and feel the crowd out. It's something you learn over the years, but not every match is going to be a highlight reel. You know what I mean? You're gonna shit the bed eventually. You're gonna screw something up. I still do to this day. They don't think. I didn't like my match with Trent for IW Vintage. I thought it was just like I just thought I looked rusty a little bit, but I ain't worried about it now. It came out. I thought it came out good.
Dude, I still ain't seen that fucking match yet.
It's on YouTube.
I need to find it. It's on YouTube?
Yeah, I can send it to you. I'll send it to you if it was on that. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I got Chondo. I'm like I do Vintage. Like I got Chondo coming up in November. So one-on-one, I can't wait for that, man. Because like I was supposed to wrestle on the last Vintage show, but I had to pull out. I got some personal thing to do. But so like we weren't allowed to do any hardcore. And he's like, it's going to be a straight up wrestling match. I'm like, that's not a problem, dude. Like as long as you're willing to do it, I know he's capable. Dude, Chondo's like kind of like he kind of like plays dumb, but he's not dumb, or like he plays stupid. Like he kind of looks like he's got a lot more in the tank, and he's capable way more than that dude's like a genius when it comes to this business. But I said, dude, I know I can pull the best that you got out of you. Like your promos are always clutch. Like like he's a veteran too. Like he's been in the business almost 15 years. But like he just flew on a rate. He wrestled some of the top deathmatch people in wrestling.
He's wrestled crazy.
He does like all this crazy. He wrestles barefoot, fucking nut. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. A little crazy, but like, that's awesome. But like I think Chondo's. I think he haven't even hit his prime yet, honestly, personally, because like I just know he's got more in his tank, but he's just like he was always like held back, in my opinion. Like when he was H2O, he was like strictly filming the shows at one point. Then they gave him a little rub, but like he can you give him the ball, he would definitely take off with it. He knows how to do it. He knows how to get under people's skin. Like he's like so good at that. It's fucking crazy. He pisses me off like to this day. Like, dude, I you're a cocky prick, and like, you're like Kit, man. You don't even have to say hi.
God damn!
I just want to punch you in the fucking face.
Oh God, Kid Osborne.
Oh, fucking hate
Kid Osborne.
Kid Osborne, that mother.
I love that kid, but man, I'd still punch him in the face if I had the opportunity to. Just because you're a dick. Like I love you.
He is, bro. He seems like a dick, bro.
He's good at it though. That's like because he knows how to work the boys at the say the least. But
he knows how to. He fires me up to no
Yo,
fucking limits. I tell you. Oh, does he fire me up?
and you don't care if if it gets to one person, but it gets to you like to a point where you're ready to come out, and he'll feed to that one person, or he'll just anything.
Squirrel will tell you he's had me so fucking mad. I was stuttering one time, and Squirrel's laughing at him, and I'm like, oh,
Like I see when I've been supposed to work CZW like steady now, but I was going through some personal shit. Like I just couldn't make all the dates. Like I only did the ref thing. Like I said, yeah, I'll do it for you because I did it for him before, and I still consider DJ a good friend in wrestling wise. We've done nothing but aside take his shirt off his back for me. You know what I mean? Like he's that type of dude. Like a lot of people shit on him, but I don't understand why. Like that motherfucker paid for surgeries for people. Hospital visits and shit like that. Like, but Matt went to the hospital every month for almost a year when he was wrestling DJ for in that feud. And I got a story about that cage of death match between him and Tremont. It's hilarious because for the live crowd, it was awesome looking, but from my vantage point, which was ringside, DJ was just being the biggest bitch the entire match. Like, oh, stop the match, man. I'm bleeding. Yeah, dude, like, you got to go through the big bump at the end. So I don't want to hear it. Like, I was saying it to him as he's, like, selling it. I'm, like, right by the apron because I was one of the refs on the outside. I'm like, come on, big bitch. You've been putting him through shit for the last 3 months. His ass was hanging out the month before that because I got caught up in barbed wire.
Oh, God.
Your turn. It's your turn, buddy. Like... We used to bring
that,
ball
that
like
one
that.
insane bump that he went through, and he's like, ah.
Yeah. Well, he's like, I can't feel my legs. I'm like, you will in a minute. Don't worry.
I was like, DJ, you've been through worse.
Dude, they're lucky they didn't get impaled in that bump because they hit that bump so perfect. But there was a crash pad there. Matt landed on it, but DJ landed like in the concrete between the pad and the ring. That's like the only spot that wasn't covered. And DJ, that's where DJ landed it. It's like, we're leave it to God and let him miss the pads.
I think it was one of the TODs later on. Matt wound up actually getting impaled, and it might have been another cage of death.
No, it was him versus Danny Havoc, and the bed of nails impaled his foot because it got stuck in it. He took a body slam and his boot. It went through his boot and everything. He's sitting there telling me, he goes, "No, I'm good." So I'm seeing him limping, and after the match, in the back, he was like, "Oh yeah, I like at least 3 in my heel." I was like, "I knew that." Like the hell. It took us forever to get pull his boots, pull him out of it. It was stuck pretty damn good, man.
God damn.
He was actually lifting it and shit. That thing weighed that thing was hell heavy. It was over 100 pounds at bed nails because it was strategically hammered in from the opposite side. Then he put another piece of plywood underneath the whole. It was pretty. Them CW fans, they make some crazy shit, but they also make some of the sickest shit you ever seen. We threw out stuff in the dumpster because we couldn't let it go out there because it was just a little too. Somebody, brought a gun to TOD one time.
Damn.
We was talking about that last night. I was doing a interview on
a mini guillotine they had for somebody they said they wanted to see somebody's fingers get cut off and shit like that. Didn't that dude actually get his finger cut off the one show and re-promoted it? What's his name?
I know Masada had his thumbs cut off.
Well, that wasn't voluntarily though, I'm talking about it was promoted it was one of the Carnage Cup guys. What's his name? John Rare.
Yeah. John lost his fingers. Then that.
John Rare and Spider Boudreaux. Joe, they just put out a Spider Boudreaux best of DVD for I think Smart Mark did it or something shit like that.
Masada beat the dog shit. John done some wicked shit though for Kevin. He got stabbed in the arm.
Oh,
he fucking got the saw to the fucking arm and shit. That's some wicked shit. When you fought Joe Gacy at On Point Wrestling, what injury did you get?
Oh shit! Was that was on that? Was it Loyalty 2? I think it was, or
I don't have it
I'm trying to
written
remember
down.
because I wanted to work Joe so bad at the time because I knew he was just getting ready
I
to
know it
take
was the
off.
first time you faced Joe Gacy.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember what year. What year was that? Was it? No, because no, it was way after my injury. So
Let me look real quick.
damn man, I don't remember. I remember like something happened to me. Like I think I got a stinger. My I think my left leg went numb. Like and it just wasn't coming back. It just wasn't coming back. And like it was a little longer than normally would than a stinger would. To get the feeling back in your leg. And I was just a little nervous. I was like, oh shit, being paralyzed on my left side. Hope not all
Joe
my
Gacy.
extremities were.
I like Joe
paralyzed.
Gacy when he was in ZZW. He's
I
okay.
Joe,
He's pretty good. He's good in WWE. He's tag team champs now up in WWE.
Yeah.
I think.
and the thing is with Joe, like he was a CCW student, so he was like brought up with, from that school and whatever. If it's quite obvious that like they watch fucking CCW and shit like that, obviously, like Joe had like a rough route. Like he just had a bunch of field gimmicks and like and he just wanted an opportunity. Like he had it, he had it like then. It's just like that group of students like him, Adam Cole, like they just had it from the gate. They understood the they just knew psychology and they just learned quick. Adam Cole, for Christ's sake, dude, he took off like. But,
he's.
Joe just like
I
Joe
think
is
he's out right now, and they powerbomb. I seen it. I think it was like the other day on Instagram. Something about they had powerbombed him on the apron, and it messed him up. So he's been out for a minute.
Yeah, like Joe started off with Alex Colon. He was teaming with Alex Colon. Then Alex branched off and started with the Four Logos thing. Then he started going singles. Then he just realized Danny Havoc told him, "I think death match might be a good route for you." Like, and then he started doing the death matches. Like him and Danny Havoc had like killer matches, and then he just started doing.
Hell yeah, bro! Alex Colon is awesome.
Own death matches for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like I didn't expect to see him in XPW when they came back. You know what I mean? Like they brought him in.
I don't know where he's at now.
Yeah,
I think he's back in GCW again. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. Revolver's another company that he worked with a lot. I think.
Okay,
but Alex always was clutch. Like when I worked him, he beat the guy. I felt that the day afterwards.
I've seen some of you and Alex in like tag matches y'all had in ZZW. And
the death match, the Panes of Glass match we had at H2O, that was like my favorite match that we had. And he whooped my ass that
was
match.
2015.
Yeah, what's that being Joe? I said him. I remember I had a stinger on my left leg, and it was taking too long to come back with the feeling and all. And I really couldn't stand up because I was having problems with my lower back for quite a few years at that time. And I just never got it fixed. And
crazy.
But some shit you do when you got wrestling the next weekend.
So here's one that's gonna probably make you think, but what's the most dangerous predicament you've ever been put in?
In wrestling?
Yes, sir.
I mean, like intentionally dangerous. I can't even say that spot was dangerous. I just thought we didn't need to do it. I don't know if you're the CW used to run in outside the strip club called the show was called No Pun Intended. I Wrestled Ruckus, I believe. It was an outdoor show. Well, I get there and Zandig's like, I was still on, like on probationary run. He wanted to see if we still had it. So he asked me if I would be willing to do a table spot off the roof of the place, do a single table from Ruckus, and Ruckus wasn't even there yet. So I'm like, I already know Ruckus is going to say no, and I'm going to say no too, because like it's 115 degrees out here. You can see the steam coming off the canvas. That like you could see like the vapors. It was like it looked like a fire, it was about to combust the ring canvas because it was black. It was so damn hot. I was like, he gonna want to jump off the roof, and I don't want to jump off the roof. Like it's just like not needed. It's not needed. He goes, all right, I'll find somebody else to do it. Then he had Ryan McBride and I think LJ Cruz did it. Like it was like just a no needed, no reason spot.
Zendig in the fucking hot spots.
Yeah, well, he always felt like the company was under. He always thought somebody was trying to take the company out, And at that time, it was dying a little bit, but like 2009, like I believe, like when me and Deb came, like that's when we came in, and I think they were on the verge of resurgence, which happened. You know what I mean? They became real hot again. Like PW was producing some good shit, and they took off from there. I guess like when DJ bought the company, they really started taking off because he started making some moves.
I mean, they've done brought back Cage of Death. He's done brought back Tournament of Death. He's only missing one fucking thing, and that's the Tangle of Web.
Well, I always said Tangle would be good to bring back, but he don't listen to anybody's ideas. I don't even he has people like agent in for him, and he don't ever listen to him. He just does what he wants. So, and plus he's gotten a lot bigger since he's been eating them tasty cakes too much lately.
I made a post on Deathmatch Elite, like finally, Tournament of Death is on, and one of the guys commented, he come out looking like a Pepto-Bismol bottle.
Oh my God.
I was like,
who's it? What one of the no ring things?
One of the fans commented that DJ looked like a Pepto-Bismol bottle. He come out in a pink button-up shirt.
Oh yeah, he had suits, but like none of the jackets look like they ever fit him. Like they were either way too big, or like the one was like the buttons were screaming the one time. Like I like, dude, unbutton that coat before it cries.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I know. Me and Deb used to have we could break DJ's balls whenever we want. Like Deb would do it during the meetings. Like he would have like the whole lot of he's trying to be serious, and Deb like just throwing shit at him. Shut up, dude! Like you mind? Like they'd be arguing in front of the whole meeting. Like we'll wait on you two. He always used to throw Deb out of the meetings. Get out of the meeting. I don't want you here. He used to throw Deb out of the meetings all the time. I won't be here anyway. And then, Danny Havoc would just get a rise out of him just because it was entertaining to him. He would just always bring DJ's balls. The plus DJ Hyde always dropped him on his head early on in his career. I always wondered why he had that afro, and I figured out why eventually afterwards. It was to cushion the impact for whatever DJ dropped him on his head.
That's true.
Yeah, I know them bulbs are bright as hell. Them things. Sorry, football.
How was it sharing the ring with Jeff Cannonball? I mean, y'all had a pretty good match.
Jeff Cannonball is probably, if not one of the best human beings I ever met. Like he's like a big cuddly teddy bear. You just want to give him a hug. Like he's actually like a really good jokester. He's funny as hell, but he always likes to play pranks. And he used to prank Tremont all the time because like he used to embarrass Matt all the time. But like the one time the show was over, we did a subterranean violence, and he went in the back real quick, and he came back out, and he had no pants on, and he was chasing Matt around the building. And I was like, stop chasing me. He had no pants on. He's got a tattoo on his like left thigh. Like he's like, holding it. He's running around like I'm like, why can't I stop staring at your naked ass, dude? Like, Matt, I mean, like, Cannibal, put some pants on, please. He's like, oh, I don't put them on. And this is the time when he had that. He purposely cut his head, like cut his hair. It was like a Hogan bowl cut, and then like curly Richard Simmons hair on the side. That was like the ugliest haircut.
Jeff Cannonball and his haircuts has always amazed me.
Him and Danny Havoc. Danny Havoc always had some crazy haircut too. He would go from looking like a cholo 1 month to look like an urban cowboy the next month. Like it was like.
I wanted to interview Cannonball, but yeah,
I actually talked to him because I can't seem to get booked on any of those benefit shows or those other shows, which I'm shocked that Sean didn't call me for. But because DeMonto was on that show, he wrestled Tim Dunst.
One of my buddies, he's a
good for
fan.
Cannonball tribute show. Me and DeMonto, I would have gladly whooped his ass for the entertainment of Jeff Cannonball. But it is a shame what he's going through because he can't wrestle no more. But it also like impairs. Like I was talking to him, he sounded like he was completely hammered drunk, right? But it was just the ALS bullshit. But he's like, for the first time, I smoked marijuana, and he goes, "No, I'm doing pretty good," because he whatever to ease the pain. He's like, I never thought that, I would like smoking, but I kind of do. I was like, see, never steer you wrong with the weed. You know what I mean? Just don't travel elsewhere. That's all.
As long as he's in high spirits, that's all that matters.
He said that he's got a good support system though. Like, it sucks because like all the like worst shit happens to the best people. You know what I mean? Usually it seems like the case. Like people were like, scumbags throughout their whole life. And it seems like they hang on by a thread and still get over on people.
Thank you. And we know a bunch of those in this business that they just fucking won't go away. They're like fleas or some shit. They just linger around and and you're like, are you ever going to get old? Are you ever going to die or something? Anything going to happen to you? And I'm like,
not everybody can be Dylan, and we're not going to read Necro and like, beat the shit out of cancer and everything else. Like, come back from all kinds of shit.
I mean, I know a wrestler right now, and I'm like, is anything ever going to happen to you? You're supposed to be falling apart and shit. You just keep going and going and going. I'm like, you're still just there, looking for clout.
I know. And they're like literally like scumbags of people, like in general, like, they're dicks. They won't like, work with young guys, like they'll work with them, but like, I'll call it, like, pissed off when shit gets fucked up, and they still survive this business somehow. Probably because they still do their shit for free most of the time.
So was TOD7 your debut for CZW?
It was well, it wasn't my debut because we did like 3 months of run-ins. Like, we did run-ins for like 3 months. And then we weren't even getting dressed. Like, we just did run-ins, like, sweet, And then John was like, we originally were told we were going to wrestle Blackout at TOD. I was like, okay, cool. And a non-tournament match. We get there. I knew something was going to happen, like, to where it was going to get changed. As soon as we got there, he thought he was slick. He's like, you're not working Blackout no more. You're working Nikki in the first round. I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. Like, so I wasn't surprised at it. But then he's like, it was him and Drake versus me and Dev. Like, I never did a death match prior to that. Like, I've done gimmick matches, ladders, and table matches and shit like that. But that was like my first death match ever. So Nikki whooped my ass pretty damn good too. So anything after that was cake work, because like he beat the shit out of me that match, like legit. Again, the Guitar Hero shot my lower back, man. It had thumbtacks on it, and I had thumbtack holes in the shape of a Guitar Hero guitar. And it hurt like a bitch. Oh, I thought I got a spinal tap. Like, I was like, but I just took everything because I knew I gave him a concussion on my first night, and that was a pretty big concussion too. So I owed him a receipt, But he kept taking liberties. He kept taking, those receipts and continue on the next month and the following month and the following month just to see if we would last. Oh, well.
Will you speak on when Gage dropped you on the onto the guardrail in TOD7?
Yes, because I love that spot so much. Every time I was wrestling him, I called it. I was like, I want to take the guardrail bump again, like, because like the first time I flipped backwards and it looked nasty as shit. I was like, oh my god, like I'm getting
Like
ragdoll.
he fucking folded you like a pretzel.
When the show was summer school, man, me and Dev and him and Drake opened up the show. I think it was. Like you could hear in the background, the camera goes like off course when him and Drake go outside. You hear this bang, like it sounded like a gunshot. It was Nikki. I just gave him my head, and he. Oh my god, my ears were ringing for like 30 minutes after that. He barreled me with that chair shot. It was just, like the crowd didn't even pop. They went, ooh, like shit.
And that's what sold you into death matches.
I had to earn my stripes to get to CW. I might as well just take everything from the top guy,
Have you ever had a feud from in the ring turn real life?
I don't think about that. Hold on a second, because I had a couple incidences. Me and Drake had like outside problems because he cried that I dropped him on his head, but like he sandbagged me on a tombstone on the run, and he just went. He went up like that, went straight through my my arm and went on his head. I'm like, what the fuck? And I felt bad because like I thought I heard him, and I no-sold Kingston punching me on the pulling me out of the ring on the outside. I was too worried about him being hurt. But like so I felt bad because I was no-selling Kingston's punches at the time. So I'm like, there you go, G. You hurt me, man. You hurt me. You hurt me, damn. Like so like we finally got our one-on-one, and like, all right, you get all the heat, and like I didn't mind taking the Drake's Landing either because like I knew how to take that, but like he always gave it to me like nasty, and it looked nasty as shit. The one he gave me after the match for TOD7, I have the piece of glass still in the back of my head, but I think it from bumping because I bumped on my neck. I didn't land on anything else. He's like, take the landing, man. I was like, all right, no problem. I was like, I fucking really regret saying yes to that right now. Because there was nothing but broken glass everywhere. I'm like, not a bad bump and take for the first time, doing a death match on my neck with light tube glass everywhere.
Will you speak on your rival with Pinky Sanchez?
That rivalry started off with a simple. You need to go. We're gonna put you with Pinky, and we need you to get him over, or we're gonna have to get rid of him because like he was getting over his baby face, but he really wasn't like doing anything like exciting. It was just started to become stale. So they want me to beat the shit out of you. Basically, I was like, well, why don't we just try to have a killer match? Fall over the wall, like I hit you. No offense, but like we just got to go hard. You know what I mean? Like, we got to go. I may have thrown a little extra in some of them, but that was the first time I ever did the tombstone. He was that pump handle tombstone. He was the only person that could take it like the way like I always imagined it. Like he was so good at taking it. He spiked himself and always stayed there and kind of like fell over like a tree. Like me and him had great chemistry. He just had heat, like weird heat with people.
I understand that.
And it's just him being him. He was just being himself, but people didn't know how to take him, which is weird because majority of the wrestlers I ever came across in my career, they're fucking weirdos. You know what I mean? Like just weird cats. Cool as shit, man. Most of them, like Marcus, I always thought you're a strange bird, dude. You're a rock star. You don't belong in wrestling. You belong in Hollywood. Because Marcus, like, he was just like he was intimidated by my daughter one time. He's like, do me a favor, don't bring your daughter around me because she really freaks me out. I'm like, freaks you out how? Like you wear a friggin' French beret and beat the shit out of people, and you got a riot shield. Like I'm pretty sure that's illegal still. And you always, I mean, I was always a fan of the devil, big red dick with the balloon nuts and the spray paint and the light tube bundle. That's great, you know. Marcus,
CZW.
I miss him so much, man. I miss that guy so much. I never had an opportunity to
Marcus
work with him.
was. Marcus
Oh,
was.
give you a tidbit. Nick Gage, me and him never ever been in a ring one-on-one with each other. That was another person I've never had a one-on-one with.
What?
Yeah.
CZW for on April 11th, 2009. You was facing Pinky, and someone come running out and attacked you from the back. Then security took them away. Who attacked you?
You want to know who that was? Honestly, Joey Janela. It was a young Joey Janela. And he was trying to get his foot in CZW, and they gave him this spot of a fan run-in. So what I told him, I was like, the run-in's not going to seem legit if I don't egg you on with something. And he had like this brand new leather jacket on, and I took a whole bottle of water and I just fucking doused it on him when I came out. And he legit got pissed because I got it all over his coat. So when he did the run-in, he just like kind of barreled, and like I said, I'm going to swing at you, dude, because you're coming from the crowd. You're a fan. You gotta have to, you know, be a little real. So if you don't duck, I apologize. You know, and like I threw a couple haymakers. I think I hit Maven in the back of the head, a good, like a solid punch. I'm like, so I had to play off like they were taking a matter of it. But I said, you guys better be out there as fast as, you know, flies on shit, because if you're not, I'm gonna maul them to death. Because like fan, you know what I mean? So as soon as he came to jump the guardrail, dude, they were out there like that. They were out there so fast because they thought I was going to beat the shit out of them. Like I was only telling them just to make it look more like a shoot, you know. But it was Joey Janela. They promised him the world, like in the back, and like they never brought him back after that. He was a little bent out of shape about that for a few years.
Would you speak on how Drake Younger almost ended your career?
What is it you're talking about?
When Drake did that one move, I don't know if it's Drake landing or not. I don't think so. And he almost ended your career by breaking your neck.
Oh yeah, that was at TOD7.
Yeah, that was. That was what you was just talking about, the glass in your back of your neck, wasn't it?
I can recall everything in that short period of time of getting my ass whooped by Nikki. And I heard the bell, and I was like, thank God, dude. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know how much more of that I can suck. And then he does the boot scrape again after the match, which I love selling that because I always threw myself out of the ring anyway. Made it look like $1 million. But like Drake comes over, he taps you on the side, goes, take the landing, baby. I went, oh God. He drops me right on my neck, all broken tubes and shit. And I'm like, and he smacks me on the ass. He goes, thanks, man. And then he goes and starts talking shit to the fucking hard cam. I'm like, me and him never got along. He like when I came back for Tangle Web, it was supposed to be me, him, and Scotty as the team for Tangle Web 6 against the Nation.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't come. He refused to like work with me. Like I was like, okay, whatever. So he just made Rory and Mathis work to the best of the ability. His dad was real sick, so that's why he didn't show up. But Drake had no excuse. He just didn't want to come. I don't want to work with Drew, man. Like, whatever.
What's one match that you never done that you've always wanted to do?
Like gimmick match?
Yeah.
I've done a 4-way no rope barbed wire, but I'd never done a 1-on-1, and I always wanted to do one with Tremont. Like that'd be a pretty cool match to do it, even first time with Masada or like maybe Mickey. Like, I think me and Mickey and no rope barbed wire would be pretty cool. I wouldn't go as far as like, you know, to take it like Ian did and set the shit on fire and get burnt by them.
What's your thoughts on bull ropes, dog collars, strap matches, etc.? Because I know you've been in them.
I did one though. I did dog collar Murdoch, and like all the worries that I had with the dog collar, it was only like a few slip ups. Like you always can't do. Like I was always feared doing spots because like, you know, shit, the chain would get caught up or trip you or like, you know, stupid shit like that. Especially during the Deep South Destroyer. When like I had to ball it up, and he put it on my back, like a ball chain on my back, so we were close, so we could do the rotation on it. But bull rope matches, I always liked. I think me and Chondo were going to do that at IWA Vintage. We're going to do the Devil's Bull Rope, but I think we're going to spice it up a little bit and do something, a little more vicious in the middle instead of a cowbell. Maybe a little cowbell and something like a sickle or some shit. I don't know. Cheese grit always worked for me. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
I'm down for a cheese grater.
horrible.
Well, that's how I came up with the Devil's Bull Rope. I was like, the cowbell's like always been in the middle of that damn thing. Like, it's always been attached to it. I was like, what looks like a cowbell that it could be violent? The cheese grater. So we put that in there and it worked. Me and Matt did that match. But Matt's just like, he's always like balls to the wall 100%. So like, if it's something minute, he'll make that shit look crazy. Like that's just how he always been. So me and him, Matt always had fucking. We would never talk, like wouldn't call anything. We just okay, this, whatever. We would just feel it out in the ring. That's like I like to work like that, like just feed off the crowd. It's so much smoother, fluent, feels more natural. You know what I mean? Doesn't look like something that you have been working at, like something that's been choreographed. Because honestly, that's like the very something that's natural feeling. Look at it when Davey Havoc hit me in the backdoor at the Fainsbury weapons match.
You're cutting up.
It made a slap so loud it echoed in the arena, like legit over 500 people. It made an echo sound.
Oh shit!
I think right after that, I got messed up by Connor because he foul drove me on the steps, and he actually did it. Like I spiked myself on the steps, like I had like a deep hematoma bruise on my head, and I was out of it for like they were going to carry me in the back, and I was like, nah, I'll be all right. Like I got straight up pile driver for real on steel steps. I'm like, hey, you couldn't have done like a real pile driver to me in the ring, like at least some padding. I was like, he's like, my bad. I was like, I'm not mad at you, Connor. He wasn't very apologetic. When me and Dev wrestled them the second time for H2O for the tag belts, Connor messed up a little bit. So Grant just ran up and pushed him off the top rope to the floor. That was his partner. Like, he's like, I don't give a shit. He got mad at him the one time. He's like, because he did one of Grant's spots, like, and he says, why did you do my move? He goes, oh, well, I'm paying homage to you. You brought me into the business, and I thought you might have liked it. He goes, don't ever do my shit again. Totally what Connor was not expecting. So he was like a little retreated from that. He's a strange bird, Connor Claxton, though. But he's a brother nonetheless. I love that guy because I love how weird he is, actually. He come out in that Krampus like Christmas sweater, the scream mask. Like Matt hated that scream mask, and he still came out with it on all the time. And a 6-pack of beer, and a 6-pack like a beer. You ain't wrapped too tight, are you, Connor? I know who to blame for that. I always told Grant, I was like, he's your fault. Like that's a product of your mad science reading. Now you have to deal with him. He's like, I don't know. I didn't know. I don't know what went wrong.
On WTV Virtual Pro Wrestling, Bound by Blood Violence, it says Drew Blood versus Suicide, but it's not you. Do you know anything about that?
Actually, no. That might have been, like, I guess, a booking mishap because I've never been contacted by TNA or NWA, like, at the time. Actually, I talked to Billy Corgan recently, but, like, TNA, like, I know people went down there and I was like that, but, like, I never went down there, like, when they had their dark matches, like, but SAT would go down and they would have, like, they would have that YouTube show, or what was it? Like, it wasn't Impact. It was like a Voltage or something like that, like something stupid. It's when they used to do the Nashville arena, the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Before Dixie Carter took over. But like I just like the AEW, like I always thought, like it'd be cool to work there,
Yeah.
I know the lot, like it'd just be a cool opportunity to have an opportunity there. But like I never had interest in TNA. I didn't like how they ran their shit for years. It's now it's a hell of a lot better, but other than that, total non-stop action was not a stop for me on my ventures throughout my career.
Yeah, that's true.
TNA,
I like TNA back in the day. It was pretty good. I mean, it's okay now.
When Angle was there, I thought it was good. When Kurt was there, it was good. I was always like, I literally wanted to work for the Juggalos more than
JCW.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro! I like JCW. I watched their they have a show that comes on I think it's like every Wednesday on YouTube, and it's called Lunacy.
Yeah,
it's their like weekly little show, and they be having some good ass matches on there. I'll be watching it all the time.
They used to release like it would be the ICP. They would do voiceover commentary for like death matches from like Japan and shit like that, and it'd be like the most wildest commentary you heard.
That.
Like then what was it? Was it Bloody Mania they did, or like? Do you remember when Trent used to work for Trent Acid used to work for when he did Holy Trent Acid? Like you played like a priest with the Bible and shit. Like
I got on my YouTube, I got playlist of like a bunch of their old shows, bro. The whole show.
But like I remember Trent and Corp did a cage match for them on the same show that we did. Trent, he was bleeding so bad, and of course, like we might have to go home because he's bleeding pretty bad. I'm like, well, man. They went like another 15 minutes. Like he was still bloody as all hell. It was like, yeah, kind of dig a little deep there, buddy.
Oh yeah.
I got a good story. Trent Acid and Wrestle Falls Mahoney for PW. It was at Cabrini College. We wrestled there. And during the course of the match, Balls Mahoney had lost his blade. So he proceeded to rip a soda can in half and cut himself with a soda can. Balls Mahoney kicked with a soda can in the middle of the match. Trent's like, you didn't need to do that, buddy. Balls Mahoney was another guy. He was a great dude too, but he was a little weirdo. He was fucking strange bird too. Axel, like anytime like he was on the show, like he was always like in his own. He was all for his own army and like, but he was just like on another island. Actually, it was just weird. After I was like, sometimes I was like, how's he getting booked? Because he's like, it's just like somebody like a pillow sitting there. Like he was so jacked up most of the time. I'm kind of glad that the business changed a little bit, like now, but like when I was coming, give me name, somebody was fucked up getting in the ring wrestling somebody, and it, like being a risk to hurting somebody. And I seen that a lot. That was like kind of disheartening just to make a couple bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand that.
I can't believe TNA did it when Hardy did it against Singh. I was like, dude, that's national TV. Like,
yeah, that was crazy. I seen that, and I was like, come on, man, y'all could have made that shit either quick or y'all could have made it where some shit happened.
Yeah, could have made it, extended the feud and worry about it next, run down the road, get it situated and leave it open ended, but like. They squashed the guy like that. I was like, hey,
yeah, they did. They squashed him. It was crazy.
He said he didn't even know he got.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen the interview where they was talking to AJ Styles, and it shows the background interview after all that went down, and AJ went the hell off on him.
Yeah, that was like they considered a work shoot, but that was like all. That's how he was feeling at the time. You know what I mean? Especially a guy like AJ.
I understand it though. I understand where
too.
you're coming from. He's out there putting his body on the line. You come up in this motherfucker so fucked up, you don't even know what the fuck is going on, bro.
Some guys like Trent. He was getting a little messed up at the time, but like that dude messed up could work better than anybody straight. You know, he was so good. But he was like they actually, him and Dev had a heavyweight title match for PW. They actually had to cut the match and they didn't even put it on DVD. They didn't even put it on the DVD because it was so bad.
Oh shit!
It was he was afraid to release it because it was like almost like Trent felt embarrassed and as he should, but like they didn't want to bury his name by putting it out on DVD or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that woke him up. That woke him up, and he straightened out after that. No short time after that is when he passed away. You know? So shit, I know. Shame. It's a shame. Somebody that talented in the ring.
What was it like sharing a locker room with Onita?
Onita was dick. We didn't know her.
Oh, really?
He stayed by himself. Like Matt didn't even talk to him. Like Matt's like was getting all worried. Like, I haven't spoken to him all day. Like he kept his distance from Matt for some odd reason. He just wasn't. I don't think he was professional. I don't know how he operated back then, but he wasn't professional that time he came in for H2O. But like I was present the first time. I was at the match the first time at CZW, and like Onita like always liked Matt. He like for some odd reason that show things were different relationship wise, and it just they did. You could tell that they had certain. What happened? I guess like he was too amped up. Like I guess he was more nervous than anything because dude, he got torched in that match too. He freaking that Matt. He got burnt to hell. Oh, did anybody hear about Murdoch? Is Murdoch okay? Because I seen that fire spot he did. Holy shit!
Yeah, Murdoch's all right. He was wrestling like a week or two later.
I'm okay, man. I'll be all right. Smoke a little weed, we'll be fine.
Yeah, that sounds like Murdoch too.
Give me my pot, give me my ball, I'll be all right. Let me smoke some weed.
We're gonna make
chill
this
out.
hot. We're gonna turn this crowd up to 110. I'm like, what, dude? He goes, watch, I'm gonna come out here.
I'm the Duke of Hardcore. I've done worse than that. I've had my shoulder split open in Carnage Cup. I'm A-okay. I'm the Duke.
He's one of the
I
greatest.
fucking love Murdoch.
So he just like him and Reed. Reed's like, but Reed is just like more laid back. But Reed's got his, he does his Murdoch's just wild. He's just fucking wild.
Well, I know. So
what was his original gimmick?
I know
what was his original gimmick?
Oh, Damian Payne.
Yeah. He wore tights. He had some tights on with a beer gun. And he's such a baby face. It was so clean shaven when he was Damian Payne. Then he came out with that big boy hillbilly beard. The Duke of Hardcore. Look the role, brother. My girl can't play. And like him and Ian were always like good and on the outs. Good on the outs. Like you talking to Ian like that? Nah, I ain't talking to that motherfucker. It's like that's always the case. I came up like Mickey was like a greedy when I was like really after I was like 5 years in. She was like training with Ian all the time and stuff like that. And they tortured that poor girl. No wonder why she is the way she is today. You know what I mean? She just don't care. She beat the shit out of people, and male or female. You know.
You're going about her day like she didn't do nothing.
You go back and watch the show that I rep for CCW, her and versus that dude, the champion, the guy, what's his name? I don't know I forget his name. She wrestled him in a match. Like she comes out like gripping up on me and shit. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, what? And she's like, I was like, you better stop your shit, man. Like just being goofy, just trying to make me break kayfabe. Like she's like, give me a leg and shit. And I was like, all right, we're gonna do that. Like do it properly. She goes, I ain't flexible. I can't bend that like that. Shut the hell up. And the rest she was giving me heat, like yelling at me. I'm like, dude, I didn't. Like, I thought she was like legit pissed at me, but then I'm like looking at her and she gave me like this like little looking like a semi wink, bleeding all over the place, and gave me the biggest motorboat. I was like, I don't even know how to respond to that. And like I just like went, oh well, like he just violated me. I love it. She's such a great. She's like a sister I never had. You know what I mean? She anytime that she would get a chance to beat Chondo up, she loved doing that too. Chondo, I'll whoop his ass all day long.
Oh, I love when Mickey takes her like straps off and she gets in her bra or her one piece, whatever, and she goes, "Come on, motherfucker!" So
the dude, she was the guy that she was wrestling at that match. She did that to him, and his face was like. He didn't know how to react. I went out. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I just let her go. Dude, just bring it back in eventually, Mickey. Just bring it back in eventually. And she couldn't see out her eye because that's like when she had that cut across her eye real bad. She had that cut across her eye from like a tournament death match she did like that weekend. Because like she was like blind too, like from it. Like she couldn't see anything. She had to wear a pirate patch.
She done that to Joe one time during their rival, and Joe Dredd's like, what? Ain't just wrong. I think the guys, if they ain't really like fought Mickey Knuckles more than once or twice, and she just does it, they don't know what to do because like I'm sitting here and I was getting ready to interview her one day, and she's done that, and I'm like. She does it cruel. She just stands there, come on, motherfucker. And I'm like,
when her and Masha worked in Massachusetts for Matt, like Mickey did the same thing. Like pulled the straps down, like, come on, you bitch. Like, I'm gonna make it work for it. Because she was like the hot item at the time. Masha didn't know what to do. She's like, just start firing back. Like, Mickey can get a little crazy. She used to do that to Murdoch all the time. Like he'd be like, God damn it! He's like, not again. Oh God damn it, Mickey! Why you always gotta do this shit? She would get hyper, like she might be borderline like losing her shit right now. Like, and you don't know. Like some people in the crowd would even think it. But like if you're like any girls in this business, please just work with her because like she will tear your ass apart. That's all I gotta say. She will
exactly.
That's why everybody calls her Aunt Mickey.
Where did the muffin club come from?
The muffin? You mean the muff driver?
No, your shirt, Muffin Club.
Oh, Muffin Club. That was actually a fan. It was Kevin Hogan. They used to call him Whacker Packer. He's been going to wrestling shows since like the days. You look at ECW, like old ECW footage, the dudes there a little bit younger, and he always brought muffins. Like nobody knows why. So he had a shirt. It was a Bullet Club design, but it said Muffin Club. I was like, this is the best shirt I've ever seen. It was so cool, and like we had that tribute show for him in CW when I worked Frankie. I was like, I gotta wear it, and you gotta wear the damn Muppet Club shirt. Like how many fans that got a T-shirt that workers rock even in the ring, you know what I mean? So, but he was one of those dudes like everybody loved. He was just like well known, but he was always true to being a wrestling fan. Like he was always into it and never like it seemed like he didn't enjoy his show. Like, so yeah, you appreciate fans like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you appreciate fans, but some are just a little out there.
Mommy.
Like one time a fan came out and offered to smoke me and Dev up. So I said no problem. He had a girlfriend in the car, and he's asking his girl to take a gusset plate to prove that both of them are hardcore. And this dude, and she's like, I don't know. I was like, that's unnecessary. That was like, oh shit, I would love to see that. I would too, but she don't look like he's like really, really willing to do this. So he's like, I'll just do it myself. And he put it on his head. He's bleeding everywhere. I'm like, he could have asked before on where to hit properly. Because like, if you do it up here, it'll go in, but like, you don't feel that. I mean, you do when somebody keeps smacking it on your head and they go in it. But you pour that shit right out, it's going to bleed everywhere. It's leaking everywhere. But like, when like in the arm and stuff like that, it has a tendency to shred because like if you pull it out or it falls out, it'll tear because that skin's not as tough as your scalp skin or your forehead.
I think the dumbass to do my arm.
Yeah.
I see some crazy gusset plate injuries that like dude's arm looked like spaghetti. It was just like shredded his skin off his arm. Some of the scrapes and scratches, like Joe Bateman had like a scratch that was like so deep that it went up his whole back.
Bateman,
Looked like he fist fought a bear. He got it done wrestling a bear. But I remember when Nikki came back and he was constantly going. He had done a match where I guess he did scissors or something for GCW, and like he was getting ready to go out, and he's showing me like his stomach, and I'm like, dude, they're like gaping wounds. Like take a break, relax, let shit heal, man. He's like, I'm just going to go, man. I'm like, do you, bro? Just don't die in the ring. That's all I ask.
Yeah, don't repeat history. What was it like being in a match with Chuck Payne?
Chuck Payne, actually, Chuck Payne's like, he's like, he's another one too. He's like Louis, just like a cuddly teddy bear. You either you like him or you love him. You know what I mean? He's just like a good dude. Chuck was like, he didn't get an opportunity for H2O, so like, he didn't have, he needed to be polished up a little bit. I thought he, adapted well on H2O. Like, I liked his. Ricky Shane Page used to fucking make fun of it. His Undertaker last ride gimmick.
Yeah.
The band, he used to break his balls about the cane mask when he came out, like because he had like a cane looking mask.
Yeah, big mask.
He's like, do you want your? He was like, Ricky Shane Page was just being a dick to him because he didn't think Chuck Payne was, I guess, worthy enough to take the belt off him or defeat him for the title. He's like, I don't think he's ready. I'm like, that was a whole debacle when Ricky Shane Page was there too. Because it seemed like Matt just went, here, man, just take over the book, my office, everything, make yourself at home. He's like, you got to call who he works, like, who he put over. Like, nobody had that privilege there. Like, he took the booking, he wrestled who you were booked against. Even if you had issues with the dude, well, that's more reason to take a little extra in the ring, then you talk about it later. Well, like, nobody had like free range to, I don't want to work that guy, this guy, that guy, it's just like not a way to go do. It's not a way to do business, unless like you're a legend, man, but like Ricky Shane Page is not a legend, but you know what I mean.
Will you speak on the Terry Funk style power driver Alex Stretch gave you at Hustle Cup Bunkhouse Brawl?
Oh, yeah, I came up with that spot, but like it was supposed to go real smooth. The whole match was supposed to go real smooth, and obviously it didn't. So
No.
at the time, we kind of rushed into it to just get a good pop before I said, "All right, you're going to bleed out, and we're going to get." But he kept begging me. He's like, "No, please don't stop the match." I'm like, "You're wrapping tape around your head, and it's just falling right off because you're pissing out your forehead, dude."
I thought he killed you there, bro.
Well,
Like,
it was a far way down, but like he did it properly, so it looked
you
nasty.
was
But
just, laid out doing what you do, laid out, and I'm like, damn, I think I'm gonna
I was trying to like give him time, like stop the bleeding, and like, it just wasn't working. Everybody said Matt was in the back. Well, you just let him fucking bleed for Christ's sake. Like the ref was always like put paper towels on his forehead and shit. Like the cut was bad, but it wasn't like life threatening to a point. Like it was just shocking to me because like I seen the guy, and the next second later he had a vagina on his forehead, like, and he's pissing blood out. I'm like, what the hell happened, dude? Like I didn't even look, we didn't even do nothing. He's like, you gigged, didn't you? He goes, yeah. I'm like, fuck, you went too deep. A little too deep.
It's just fucking crazy, but he's so laid back. He was in the
He's like one of the only dudes I let do a fire. I never done fire spots. I did with that one with him. I would probably go a little further with it, fire with him. I just thought it'd be cool to get hit with playing brand iron because he went as far as to put on, wrestling Terry Funk tights, for Christ's sake.
we interviewed him, but our interview with him didn't come out so well. It was before we got this site, so I'm gonna have to re-interview him and give him a better interview.
Yeah.
He's so fucking cool and laid back, and so fucking humble.
That's how he is legit. Like he's like, I never seen him get mad, but I've seen him upset, but like mad, disappointed. Like it's like he's like that dude. Like he's hard to say no to the guy because you really don't want to hurt his feelings. Like, but he'll go out there and fucking kill himself. Like literally, almost kill himself.
I mean, he'll do. To me, he looks like one of those wrestlers that'll do anything for us fans and give us anything we want.
Yeah.
So I'm like a big Alex Stretch fan, and he just does the most psychotic fucking shit, and he laughs about it. I'm like, why do you fucking laugh?
He'll hit a crazy spot on yours. Whoop whoop! I'm like, stop!
And then you don't even laugh. Start laughing and go, ah! And I'm like,
He wanted me to drive Gus.
what's so funny about that?
He's like, I want you to put. He's like, I want you to put the Gus's place in my chest. I was like, fine. So I'm like, chopping them, like making sure the one's in, and he's looking at me going, whoop whoop, like whoop whoop. I'm like, that's so far, bro.
So if a fan just started watching you, what match or matches would you tell them to go watch?
Depends, deathmatch fan or just like overall wrestling fan.
Either one.
I mean,
if it's a deathmatch fan, I gotta tell them to go watch your CZW days.
I got my GCW.
Why did they slip in my mind? The tournament. Shit. The best of the best tournaments.
I only did one and I didn't make it out of there, so like I never even finished my first round match.
I got a small brain. I got a small short-term memory, so
I know
I'm good with my long-term.
But I
mean,
wanted redemption for that, and DJ's like, I was like, can you give me best of the best is really supposed to be something. Nobody's going to expect what best of the best is going to be this year. I'm say there's a lot of surprises and shit like that. And I'm like, I was like, dude, just give me a redemption. Just let me finish the first round match. You know what I mean?
Definitely your cage of death, though. Definitely your cage of death.
Cage of death. 42 minutes in that sucker. I was good with that, man. I can't believe I was in that match for 40 something minutes. and I wasn't hiding more. And I was like, I went back and watched it. I was like, I actually was like working a little bit. Like usually I'll cower somewhere and hide in the corner while everybody else is running around doing stupid shit. Just so I don't blow up.
H2O, Matt Tremont, and Danny Havoc's death match at Scavaganza. If I can get it out. It was you and Low Life Louie, and Louie was replacing somebody. Who was Louie replacing?
Brandon Kirk, actually. They had,
okay, I'm good with Louie. I'm good with Louie.
They had the graphic for me and Kirk, and he was on vacation in Disney World, so like he wasn't going to be able to come back till the following day, so he was missing the show. And I was like, Matt's like, you have any ideas? I was like, I never wrestled Louie. He goes, that's never happened. I'm like, no, dude, like it never happened, and I would like for it to happen. And he called Louie, and Louie's like, and Louie called me after he got on the phone. Matt, he's like, oh, Dad, I can't fucking wait. Daddy, he's like, we're gonna tear it up, brother. I was like, all right, I don't want you to make any, playing any crazy shit. And he did anyway, fucking VCR and DVD, computer monitor on sticks. Like, he always has something on sticks. Like, like I'm a snack junkie, dude. I'm big on ice cream. Like, I have like two or three milkshakes a day.
You're like my damn wife. You're like my wife. You're like my wife. Oh my god, no.
Like I'm not. I don't need to be.
I like ice cream, but
sad to have ice cream because ice cream makes me happy anytime I eat it.
I'm a cheesecake person.
Cheesecake? I like any sweets. Danishes, cakes, pies, cheesecakes. You name it. Throw it in my face, I'll eat it.
I'm getting ready to give all you and all the fans watching and everybody watching a laugh. I noticed you only worked for IWA Mid-South twice. Would you mind speaking on why you didn't really work for Ian?
Because he only booked me when he was in Philly. Because he would never bring me out, but he was always like, why do you want to come out and work for me, man? You're too pussy whipped. Like, no, man, you never book me, and you don't pay your guys. Like, I don't think you're going to pay me if I come all the way out there. Dev stayed out there for like weeks at a time because he was still waiting for you to give him his check from TBI, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. A lot of the guys was like, I've interviewed some guys, and they're like, oh, he treated me fine. He paid me on time, took care of me, let me, stay the night with him or the weekend, whatever with him. And then I've interviewed guys but like, fuck him, he ain't dead yet. And I'm like, well, that's one way to put it.
He still owes me $150.
My son of a bitch, I'm still waiting on him to pay me. Look, dude, I hit Ian up, right? Because a bunch of the fans, ever since we started the channel, way before we started interviews, we all interview Ian, right? And I'm like, fuck it. So one day I messaged Ian, I asked him, he's like, no, thank you. I'm like, well, fuck you too. I'm like, okay, I wasn't even going to bring up your scamming or, your bullshit. I was just going to go straight up to your career, your Mid-South days, your ECW days, whatever, but fuck you.
Like, I found it hard to believe that, the company was still running supposedly just off DVD sales. I'm like, that, I mean, shows were good, but like, I can't see it. Like, I think those guys selling that much DVD to keep a video distribution and a company alive at the same time. You know what I mean? But
one of my buddies is probably keeping him in business. So, will you speak on the steel cage match and the War Games match he was in?
Oh, what, for PW?
Yeah, because I can find either one. It's not even on YouTube.
Well, I mean, because like the one Cage of Death was technically like a War Games, but it was, really wasn't labeled a War Games. But Cupton Cage was like somewhat a War Games, just a little twist. I actually love cage matches. Like I don't know why. It's just like sometimes if I get an opportunity to do a cage match, I feel a little more comfortable for some odd reason in the ring than I would normally, and I'm actually quite comfortable just normally. Like cage match, like I feel like a little kid in a candy store. Like, oh man, I'm in a cage. I was this close. Shit, you're not this close to being in a steel cage match. That was the old WWE blue steel cage, like from the 80s.
Oh shit!
Alfred Wild Simone had it, like, and but he didn't have like all the extra parts, like to connect the connecting brackets and stuff like that. So he couldn't use the cage, but he had possession of it. I'm like, man, I'm about to just like fab you up some brackets and like let's do
Bro,
steel
just at
cage
least like make that shit like a Viking Wasteland or some shit like they did in H2O or fucking CZW. Like just hang the fucking cage, the sides of the cage off or some shit.
I hate the fact that H2O, well, not H2O, but this is Tremont takes credit for that because like that Viking Wasteland match, that was like my idea, but he put a different name on it, and it wasn't even like the intricate way I was going to have the match designed. I called it the House of Havoc, like like you know, like they do the canvas and the mats off, no ropes and shit like that.
Yeah,
the same concept, but like the whole ring's bare, like the skeletal, and the open floor or whatever, like that would have like a mat, like you could put like the boards under there and just have like a little bit of play for it. But then like you'd be wrestling in like basically on the floor, but like they would have the surrounding ring structure with the steel.
So you take the boards up.
You take the boards up and you take everything like and the padding and all, but like you just leave the steel structure, so it looked like just like a pit or something like that.
Wrestling
and then
inside a ring, inside of like the actual ring, like wrestling inside. Yeah,
and you would have like barbed wire around the ropes and shit hanging from, like you would have like a House of Horrors match or whatever. Like it had that, like it would just have gimmicks like hanging, and you just grab all kinds of shit. But like it'd just be the bare skeletal structure of the ring and the floor.
Yeah,
and
just the four corners and nothing, just like a pit in the middle. Yeah.
But you were like surrounded by like carnage.
And surrounded by weapons and shit. Like all three ropes going up has weapons all the way around.
Yeah, but like you'd be like pretty much wrestling in the confines of the structure, but like on the floor.
Inside the ring. That'd be fun. That would be fucking cool. That'd be fucking badass. Dude, that'd be something that you need to talk to Chondo about doing.
And I wanted to call that the House of Havoc. Just like it seems like something crazy that he would draw up for a concept, like a match and stuff like that. Because like he would have like not only would he draw like gimmicks, like like concepts for like bumps and stuff like that. He would explain like how he envisioned like the reason for the bump, and then when he would tell me about it, it'd be like nobody gives a fuck about him anyway, so I'm just gonna throw him off the top. Like you just don't give a shit about any other human life.
I remember we was talking about you and him at TOD, and he drew up like this thing and ran the idea by you, and then he was like, yeah, he wrapped you up and just pushed you off the scaffold. I was like, where the fuck did you just come up with these ideas?
He's like, I want to get a bunch of chairs, but I kind of like want it to look like a caterpillar, or I guess like kind of like wrap you up like a burrito and do whatever I want. That's how he said it. Like wrap you up like a burrito and just hit you with something. I guess like he didn't even ask me. He's just like, I'm gonna wrap you up in this and do something. Like I was like, okay.
What are you doing?
That's why I felt bad for Kit when he came out. But like I know a lot of people were happy because they knew he was about to get his ass whooped.
A lot of people don't like that. They don't like that, man.
I know that was a shoot, like because like Deb got hurt and he came out like just like to, I guess like get his name out there and prove that he was like willing to do something. But like I was like, after match was over, I was like, Kit, I appreciate it. I love the fact that you went out, you had the balls to come out there and do it, but wrong match, dude. Because Grant wanted to kill you, like literally. Seen that you were in front of him, went, what's Kit doing here? And he looked over at me and went, what's Kit doing here? I'm like, I didn't even know he's out here. And he goes, he's gonna die.
Holy shit.
We cut like pretty much like the rest of the match out. I think the only spot we did was the scaffold Spanish fly spot. I don't even, we threw the rest of it out because like Kit can't go to the rest of this match. He don't know what's happening. And Brad probably ended up putting him in the ground. And it started getting like that towards the end of the match. Like Danny Havoc was getting a little pissed off and started taking liberties.
Like someone's got to get it.
Hell yeah.
Funny story about that match when Kit came out to save the day, Kit. Alex had me in the guardrail in the corner, and he goes, "Shit, Kit's out here." He goes, "Should we go home or should I get more light tubes?" I was like, "Let's go home because Kit's gonna die anyways. You don't even have to go near him." He started like hammering, like going at. Somebody said Dan O'Hare. Sergeant Dan O'Hare. So, like DJ was in the back going, "Somebody go out, somebody go out. We need, somebody go out and like replace Dev." And Dan's like, he had a beer in his hand. He looked at me like, "Fuck no, I'm dressed like I'm." He had open-toed sandals on, a fanny pack, and a pair of shorts, and he's walking around drinking beer. I was like, I don't blame you, dude. I wouldn't want anything to be interrupted if I was already in party mode. So who gives a shit? Moxley, he didn't care. He came out in like friggin' 1980s running shorts, like the ones that are like show a little too much hip for the real height. Like, he came out wrestling those in a death match, like the save Gage, the take Nate Gage's spot. Like,
you have history with Terry.
John's like, "I got this, man," and he walks down in these fucking weird ass fucking 1980s jogging shorts, no shirt. I'm like, yeah, man, go it.
You have a long history with Teddy Hart too.
Yeah, we have quite a not decent history. Just like he's entertaining because he's full of shit, and he always tries to be like, Joe Cool. "Oh no, brother, I didn't say that, man. I swear to God." No, he's bullshitting you. "I heard you on the phone talking shit to me. Talking shit." He goes, No. You don't understand, brother. I don't do that. I don't do that. I love professional wrestling. Like I do it for the claps. I do it for the fans. I don't get paid. Every time he's got on the mic and said, I don't get paid for wrestling. I don't take the money because I love professional wrestling. I love it. Yeah, I'm a heart dynasty. I'm not even a heart, but I'm still in the dynasty. Cancel it for professional wrestling. Do it for the fans. I do it for the claps.
She's got that juice.
Teddy's like being, he's cool, but like he's just like what everybody knows his story, and he tries to play it up like he don't know what's going on. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, dude, like somebody asked you about your documentary. It was on Netflix. Like, you had the chick's car. Like, well, what's up? Where's the lady? Where's the girl? I sold her. I had all of her vacations in the glove box. Like, why were you driving her car? Because I seen that he was driving that. He drove that Jag to Philly. Like, and he's like, I was like, now I know the history. He goes, I love professional wrestling, and he would go to the bar afterwards, and he would like drink like something with no carbs, no beer, nothing. It's gin. Make my body like I just I'll keep my. And then he start doing handstand push-ups in the middle of the bar, like who invited him? Like, seriously, who invited this guy?
I'd be saying the same shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
He was, because if nobody was listening to him talk, and listen to his story, I'm a heart. Well, Brent doesn't even like me.
I'll never forget when him and Murdoch got into it. And Murdoch goes,
I'll beat your ass.
I
don't give a fuck.
Get your goddamn ass over here. I'll beat your fucking ass.
Teddy's like, no heat, brother. I'm like, Murdoch don't give a shit. He was ready to beat the shit out of him. I'll beat your ass. I don't give a fuck.
And then like 6 months later, fucking Drake popped Murdoch in the mouth and said, "I got Murdoch with that toothpaste and a biscuit." I'm like, God damn it, Murdoch, you're always getting into some shit.
Probably because he said
That'd be
something about
fine.
Drake too. Dude.
Fucking him and
I'm
Drake
not
went at
sure,
it.
but I've heard him like say shit about Drake before, and like, fuck that guy, man. He's not here putting in the work like I am. Like I'm a dude. Like I told you about this, he wanted to involve Tuffet in a dog collar match. He's like, there's a fan that brought a skateboard deck with gusset plates on it. And I said, no, I don't do gussets. He goes, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Like, he just wanted to match. Like, he's like, I promised him. I was like, well, then you can take it. I don't care.
You remember when Murdoch got smacked by Alex Ocean with that fucking 2x4 gusset?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Wasn't that the start of people calling Alex Ocean unprofessional? I guess he was like deemed unprofessional. I actually thought he was decent, because he was willing to do shit that other people probably would say no to. Like, I do remember that. It still has nothing on Danny Havoc smacking Masada on the arm with the gusset 2x4.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember that CZW. It was at the arena. It made such an echo and a slap. Like, I was like, God damn. Even Briggs was like, what the fuck, man? Fuck. And he granted that shit on purpose. Because he stiffed me. He hit me with something, and I didn't like how hard he hit me. So I had to hit him hard. I hit him back harder. I was like, oh, at least these guys settled it.
Mm-hmm.
Masada is one of those motherfuckers. I love Masada to death, but he's fucking crazy.
I just watched him and Necro when Necro tried to test him, and he just went, fuck this, and just fucking clocked him and sent him on his ass. Straightened his ass out. Did you see Briggs try to do the slap shit now?
Oh, yes.
Seen that.
I hope he makes it because I would love to watch it. Somebody had to, I can't see him sitting there just letting somebody square off on him and like him not choking the shit out of him right afterwards.
I mean,
I forget he's doing slap fight and not wrestling.
He's doing slap fight. He's training for it. At least that's what I read.
I feel bad for whoever the fuck he smacks.
If Dana White even has an inkling who Brig is or Masada, he will fucking love that dude. At least for the tenure that he doesn't kill somebody. Because I honestly don't see like that happening where Masada's just going to take a slap and not forget about it and deal with that like outside afterwards. You gotta find this guy.
You can't do that, Masada. You gotta take it and go on about your day, buddy.
So I said to him, I was like, dude, we never worked and we got to do it before I decided to leave. And he goes, let's get going, man. I was like, you're a little too excited for that. So I might wait a little bit. Because you remember in CZW, him versus Christina Von Eerie? You remember that match? Like a death match? They were dating. That was his girlfriend at the current time.
I remember that. She was the first person I ever see put skewers in Masada's head.
Yeah.
She jumped on his fucking back and was like, right in his fucking head. I was like, oh shit.
You can see he was uncomfortable, like letting somebody that's like, not up to his stature, not their stature, but like, like just like up to like eye to eye with him. And he was like, fuck this, man.
Did you see him and Brian Woods at Carnage Cup?
Dude, you remember him and you ever see the Acid Cup at the arena? He wrestled Kyle the Beast.
Yes.
And he legit drilled a hole in the door, like a complete round circle, and put his head. He just smashed him in the head with like a door so hard it literally outline popped out, and Kyle's head was like through the door, and he was so loopy, dude. I was like, holy shit. I was like, God damn. I was like, I hope they go too, but Briggs getting a little violent now. I don't know if you ever heard of Helter Skelter. You ever heard of Helter Skelter? Not Helter Skelter. Hellaware Assassin. That
Yes.
name ring a bell?
Yes.
I watched Necro almost literally kill him. Like they needed to go home within the next 3 minutes, or that dude was gonna literally die of blood loss. And
I mean,
Dylan beat the shit out of that dude so bad.
the older death matches seem to be more brutal than the nowadays. You know, Nick Gage and you got Necro, and
White
Necro
beater.
seemed like he was always getting fucked up over there in Mid South though. I mean, like his arm, and then like you got fucking Pondo with the grandfather clock.
Him and Joe. Him and fucking
Phoenix
Joe.
Page. And,
You know, both of those matches had to take a couple years off his life, for Christ's sake.
exactly.
It's like that.
And the
He took
matches.
that T-bone off the apron and he went right on his head. Like he was supposed to flip over for the bump, and he like swan dived to the concrete. Had a big egg on his head. I was like, holy shit, dude. At that point in time, Dylan had no fucks to give.
I don't think he does now.
Well, I seriously, I asked him, but he just never gave me an answer. I said, I want to ask you this: did you base like your toughness, like you would go somewhere and get booked, and you would legit just start teeing off on somebody just to see if they would respond? If they didn't respond, sorry for them. You know, Masada was the first one to do something back. The match was calm after that. And if you remember that, Proctor, he just squared off and just cracked him on the jaw. He's like laying on the floor going, what the hell? And I was at that time, Necro on his ass wasn't a popularity contest. Like I'm pretty sure he lost a couple bookings because the Necro Butcher was a little deemed immortal at that time. No, just Briggs is a crazy bastard. I told you about the time Danny Hammock brought him to my bar while I was working, and I was so nervous that he was there because I didn't know how he would react like the local, because they could be loud and obnoxious. We're Philly guys, we're from Philly. He's playing a jukebox, and Tracy Chapman comes on, and Danny Hammock goes, he said, man, Tracy Chapman, I like Tracy Chapman. And he looks over Masada. Masada's like looking straight ahead. He goes, you played Tracy Chapman, didn't you? And he goes, I fucking love Tracy Chapman. Just kept drinking a beer. I fucking love Tracy Chapman. I was like, as long as you guys don't fist fight in here, I'll be happy. I mean, like, Danny had was so pushing his buttons, and he was just like getting pissed off, and he's just slamming beers. So I kept giving him free ones. I'm like, dude, I can't be like eyeing him beers all night long. Like, stop fucking with him. That's what I miss Danny Havoc, man. Danny Havoc, he was the way he was around like other workers, like I think when it was just chill time. He'd be like a ball buster, but like and just like fucking just he was like one of the lives of the party. It was just like because like he was like my big brother. Well, not my big brother because I'm older than him, but he's bigger than me, so he is a kind of big brother. Like, I could always go to him and confide with him, and either he didn't give a shit, and he would tell me, I really don't give a shit, and I'm pretty sure nobody else gives a fuck either, so just let it go. And I'm like, all right, that's the best place ever. I don't give a fuck. I'm pretty sure nobody else does.
Most of your opponents are less taller than you, or is taller than you.
Well, that's not true. I mean, like, when Intergender Bonanza, they were usually the same size, and I wrestled short sleeve Samson, so I dabbled in midgets. That's when I found out I had a phobia of midgets, and I kind of steered clear of that.
Damn.
Because like one of those companies actually called me and asked me if I was interested in taking a booking from them. It was a micro wrestler, so like not micro, I'm actually above 5 foot, so I'm good, man. I don't need my anxiety to be any higher. I found I was really skeptical of how they operate during that match with short sleeve Samson, and I got freaked out. It's the way I whipped him off the ropes, and he did this like little hop run. I'm like, I can't do it. It's weird. I felt like I needed to pick him up and launch him. Like I just went to girl press him and throw him, and that's all I thought about throughout the course of the match. And I'm like, if I keep thinking about it, I'm going to do it. And I need to get out of the ring with this guy. I can't wrestle anybody shorter than me. It's just not proper.
I understand that.
I'm only being honest, man. A little bit freaked out by the little hands, dude. I don't know what it is. What did how they do it in Austin Powers? Small people. Connie, so
Drew Blood versus Micro Man.
Mini Gold Dust. Remember that? Oh man, it's the worst one. Like the gimmicks were reenacted by Mexican midgets. It's terrible.
Oh my.
Mini Gold Dust, mini
Booker T.
Undertaker.
Oh yeah, I
Randy
remember. I missed mini Booker T. That was a good one too. Coming out in junior T-ball batting gloves, doing the spinneroonie. Plank size spinneroonie.
We need a miniature Chondo running around here.
I mean, you know, he does portray other characters. He had the Chandita, his sister, which was the ugliest woman I've ever seen, and I say that with much respect. He had pigtails, a beard, blue lipstick, and dark ass eyeshadow, and a too tight skirt. It was just too tight, and he tried to wear ball huggers underneath it just to fuck with all the boys. It was quite hilarious, but disturbing at the same time. He acted sweet on Mark Angel, which was hilarious.
Oh Lord.
Little Mark.
Or a miniature necro.
Yeah. Oh man. Mini butcher.
Mini Masada. Mini Masada.
I would pay to see a mini bar fight. Just the little step stools and just like tee off on each other.
Mini Masada versus Mini Necro in a mini bar fight.
Masada versus anything mini would be entertaining as hell. I'm gonna kick this little fucking shit. I'm gonna kick this motherfucker.
I like to see Shlak versus a mini person. I know what Shlak's going to do.
He would make it.
You little bastard.
He'd make it entertaining. He would think. He'd probably sit there going like, call him like dog. Here, dude. Who'd you you want a treat? Like, just by how he usually cuts his promos, he's fucking crazy. Like if I didn't want to wrestle that Phoenix Kid dude for OVW, it was going to be him and Shlak, and I couldn't allow that to happen. Dude.
Oh, Shlak would have murdered that kid.
That's what the promoter said. I can't have Shlak. Shlak will kill this guy. It was his first death match. I'm like, well, Shlak would have made sure it was his last. At least I know that.
Could you imagine a mini Otis Cobra running around here?
That'd be hilarious. Even a mini Atticus would be pretty interesting to see. Like, how do you
mini Otis got a little straight razor in his sock and shit?
How do you give him the grill? You just put Hershey Kisses in his mouth or something?
We got mini Otis Cobra going against mini Danny D'Amato.
With like Oshkosh Bagosh suspenders on, like you gotta like get their gear from like fucking clothes. Can you imagine that? Like micro indie legends, like there's a company that just does like miniature legends of deathmatch and indie legends.
We need to find a mini person and make them into a mini Shlak. and have a miniature
really
face
jacked,
of death.
He's got to be really jacked. This dude, the dude has to be jacked, and
you a mini face of death.
It's gonna take a lot of Sharpie tattoo coloring, and you know, you do all these fake tattoos on all this shit.
A miniature face of death. And then when the big face of death comes out, they ride on their shoulders, so it'll be like mini face of death with big face of death.
A mini Tremont, mini Dr. Redacted. I'd love to see a mini Matt Justice. Imagine mini Masada versus Masada. Mini Masada versus Masada. Have a mini Ian Rotten.
Have a mini Kevin Brandon.
They go around stealing all the other midgets' money and shit.
Mini Kevin Brandon.
I swear to God, I'm going to run another show.
Hey, squirrel. Miniature Brown White running around here with Nathan Maverick.
Oh my god.
You say I? You say I?
I can't see the spur. I only see her forehead.
He said I only see her forehead.
That's what she was like. I say, I think she got nice hair.
Come here.
A little mean.
Say hi.
Have mini shlak. I would love to see mini shlak and shlak cup promos together.
That'd be adorable.
Shlak cut a promo saying, "I got myself a mini me. You want to meet mini shlak?" He would introduce mini shlak. Oh shit!
Mini Zandig.
Oh my god! Can you imagine a midget? Mother effing bomb from like 3 inches off the ground.
A miniature Jack Harrop.
Watching a mini mother effing bomb is like watching like a backdrop from the floor to the apron, like a 3-inch bump that people sell like it hurts like like it's the worst pain in the world. That's not that looks ridiculous.
A mini Jack Harrop hitting spine busters.
I would like to see a mini G-Raver. That'd be pretty good too.
Carrying a little tattoo gun, be tattooing mama.
Just by the entrance, he always had that
He
baby
look over
head,
at Mini
that baby
Shlak,
doll.
like, look, Shlak, you look like you need a tattoo. Come here. I'll give you a tattoo.
A miniature.
Miniature Jimmy Lloyd.
Miniature Del Patrick.
Oh, God. Miniature Del Patrick with his miniature OnlyFans.
Miniature JC Rotten.
A mini Aunt Mickey. A miniature Aunt Mickey.
Bro.
That's all the fucking deathmatch scene needs.
Oh, God.
I can see Miss Mickey wrestling a miniature version of herself and just having her sit on a lap the whole time.
It's better than saying a mini. Well, I mean, what would you prefer? A mini Corporal Robertson running around here? Like a church right?
Bro.
Oh, God.
And he's only half corrupt than the court boss.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
I would have felt bad for that person that got that. They got to be a better gimmick than this.
Oh, shit.
Corbin, like, that means I got to give you my number. You got to call me because, like, I got to tell you how to act like me. I'm like, not that hard, bro. Just be a southern dick that just wears lock electrical tape. Like, I love Corp though, but like, I always break his balls because he tried to get over me once, but like I couldn't stay mad at him for it. You know.
I understand that.
Heck.
He told me that the Insane Clown Posse they don't want to pay, man, because they thought you fucked up in your match. I was like, dude, me and the Human Tornado were like, we called that spot and for a purpose to get a you fucked up chant. That's why we put it there, so they can get a you fucked up chant. And he goes, they don't want to pay, so I'm gonna pay you out of my pocket. Okay, found out that he didn't even pay me. Like the guy who ran PW. Oh shit.